Good morning and welcome to NTM video from a beautiful village in the Peak District called Eyam. What a fascinating history this has too. This village is best known for being the site of an outbreak of the bubonic plague in the 1600s. I'll tell you how it came about. In 1665 a local tailor took delivery of some cloth from London. That turned out to be full of fleas. Tragically, they were infected by rats which carried the plague. In only a few days, the tailor's assistant had died. Others became sick, and more residents died over the following weeks. The rector persuaded the residents to quarantine themselves from the rest of the world, and nobody entered or left the village for over 14 months. Tragically, 270 people had died out of a total of 350, including Rector Mompesson's wife. There are reminders throughout the village with markers on each stone cottage where the previous occupants of the plague had lived. This is Lydgate. This was the main road into the village. I guess you're wondering how supplies got to the village when it was quarantined. Well, they used to leave boundary stones on the outside of the village where people could leave the supplies in exchange for money. The Church of St. Lawrence, which dates back to the 14th century. We'll wander through the churchyard and go inside. The plague window. It was installed in here in 1985. There it is, look at this. Let's take a closer look. A window that tells the story of the plague and the sites and the people connected to it. Wow. The names of the inhabitants inscribed here into this book who lived here and who died of the plague. Wow. Oh dear, a tragic story of romance here. An Eyam lady was meeting another villager secretly whilst the quarantine was on, but 6 of her family died. As a result, she begged him to stay away and they never saw each other again. A sundial from 1775. The church is believed to have Saxon foundations. Here, look at this cross, the Celtic cross from the 8th century. Wow. Catherine Mompesson's grave here, who died from the plague in 1666. Aromatic herbs in use during the plague period. Wow, look at these snowdrops. Another plaque here telling you about the Hawksworth family that died through the plague. Plague cottage. This is the home of the first victim of the plague. Wow. Rose Cottage. 9 members of the Folk family that lived here all died of the plague. Look at this. Sheep roasting spit used on Carnival Day every year. Here's the stocks that were used for offending minors. Eyam Hall, built in 1672 just after the plague ended. It's open to the public usually, with craft stalls in the courtyard. Part of this building is the oldest in the village. All hill troughs supplied water for both domestic and agricultural use in 1558. This place is very popular with tourists in the summer, so it would be very difficult to park. It's not all doom and gloom here. There's some very nice restaurants and cafes, and this place here that we're looking at is the Miners' Arms, dating back to the 17th century. hope you've enjoyed this fascinating look at Eyam in the Peak District. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.